Are you afraid of the 0-point food list on WW? You shouldn't be. Let's talk about it. I watched a truly annoying reel the other day of a woman mocking WW's 0-point food list. She was playing herself, talking to herself, and one of her was eating massive amounts of 0-point foods. And when questioned, the woman eating just kept saying, "The foods are free, they don't count, they're free, they don't count." Well, that's not at all what 0-point food means. So let's dispel these myths, and I'm going to give you some reasons why you should eat the 0-point foods and eat them in abundance. Hi everyone, my name is Manya, and I've maintained a 20-pound weight loss for over 2.5 years. And I lost it all on WW while eating tons of 0-point foods, and I did it when potatoes, rice, and oatmeal were all part of the 0-point food list. Now, I love WW because of its simplicity. I've counted calories, I've counted macros, I've counted micros, and well, these things are interesting, and it certainly helps inform my progress. Nothing is as sustainable to me as WW points because it's easy. It just works for me. And frankly, my weight loss is proof that it works. Now, I see people asking about 0-point foods all the time. They can't believe that you can eat as much as you want and still lose weight. So here are my tips around the 0-point food list. Calorie density. This is not a term that we hear very often, but it is a critical reason why you can eat 0-point foods and still lose weight. Of course, 0-point foods have calories. No one ever has said that they don't. But your body reacts to different foods differently based on a couple of factors. Now, calorie density is a measure of the calorie content of a food relative to its weight or volume. In simple terms, here is what that means. You can eat a lot more lettuce than you can eat chocolate. Intuitively, this makes sense, right? More lettuce, less chocolate, same number of calories. A vegetable with 30 calories per 100 grams has a low calorie density, while chocolate has 550 calories per 100 grams and a very high caloric density. This simply means you can eat more fruits and more vegetables than chocolate and still lose weight. This applies to the entire 0-point food list, including lean proteins, beans, fruits, and vegetables. Look at the 0-point food list. It contains all whole food, single ingredient sources: fruits, vegetables, proteins, beans. Your diet can't get more healthy than eating these foods. Studies have shown that our brains struggle to tell us when we're full when we eat a lot of processed foods. That's why you can sit down and eat an entire bag of Lay's potato chips and still not really feel like you're full. It's not the same when it comes to unprocessed foods like those on the 0-point list. So even though technically the 0-point list you can eat as much as you want, you probably won't overeat 0-point foods. You simply won't, because your body and your brain will give you the cue that tells you when you are full and satisfied. Now, many of us in modern society have lost the ability to know when we're full or when we're hungry. That is because of what I mentioned with processed foods. They are chemically enhanced to get you to keep eating them. This is not the same with 0-point foods. There is no big tomato lobby trying to get us to buy more tomatoes. So you can trust your body to tell you when you've had enough of the 0-point foods. This may take you a while to learn, And while you're learning, you may eat too many bananas, for example. You'll feel overly full. And when that happens, you just won't do it again. You can train your brain and your body to eat, and this is number 3, until you're satisfied. This is really the most important thing to keep in mind when it comes to 0-point foods. Weight Watchers never says, eat all the bananas, eat all the beans, or all the tomatoes. The goal is not to stuff yourself with all the 0-point foods you can eat. As I said, they still have calories and you're still trying to lose weight. But when you eat 0-point foods to the level of satisfaction and no more, you will not overconsume. Eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. It's truly as simple as that. We've just gotten away from doing that with food. And again, I know it's not that simple. You may need to learn what this means after a lifetime of mindless eating, especially if it's been mostly processed foods. But this is where you give yourself grace as a newbie and understand there will be times you overeat and times you undereat. And you're just gonna learn from those times. You are on a lifelong journey towards better health, and change can take time. So be kind to yourself. All of the conflicting nutrition advice out there can have the effect of making us afraid to eat. But there really is one thing that basically everyone agrees with, and that is eating a whole food diet that includes fruits, vegetables, beans and grains, and lean protein is the healthiest way to eat. It contributes to the best health outcomes and longevity. So if your only goal is to lose weight, you can do that by ignoring the 0-point food list, but it will not be the healthiest way to lose or to live in the long term. Don't be afraid of 0-point foods. They are a gift, and they are there to make your weight loss journey easier, more enjoyable, and satisfying. Now, what about those weekly points? Should you eat those? Find out in this video.